Okay, I'm trying to record landing at the old Hong Kong airport without getting a jerky picture, and this is tough. That's the new Hong Kong airport that's going by the nose of the airplane, but we don't want that one. We want the old airport, which is over here. It'll come into view in a little bit. Here's this mountain, which is a bit of a problem, and I see it's still jerky. I've set the weather to clear because it's a foggy day right now in Hong Kong, so I couldn't use real world weather and do this. I do have to do this VFR. This is a Lockheed L-049. It's the first model of the Lockheed Constellation. It's got Wright R-3350s, no carburetor heat. They do not work well below 20 inches of manifold pressure. It's my understanding that this is according to Robert Buck and North Star over my shoulder, that TWA management said, oh, if you've got carburetor ice, just make the engines backfire and try to clear it that way. When I got to 170 knots, I put the flaps down, and now I'm going to lower the gear. It'll come down at about 160. I'll go to an outside view and we can watch the gear come down. Come on, gear. There it comes. So as soon as we get slow to about 125, I can go with the, and I'm climbing right now to slow down because I really need those flaps out. Anyway, I'm going to dump the rest of the flaps. The normal approach in this airplane is with the second notch of flaps, but I'm going to go to the third notch, which is full flaps, because we've got to make this a pretty steep approach, and I want to keep the power up as much as possible, but I can tell from right here that I'm going to have to come back on the power or I'll overshoot the runway. Anyway, it is possible to make a straight in through what was runway 13 at the old Hong Kong airport. Here we are on final. I was going to show you the old airport out that window, but you can't see it. Here's our flight engineer's panel. I'm watching the oil temperature. That's kind of my primary instrument to watch for the temperature that's on the right hand side there. Anyway, it's in the green. Cow flaps are closed. I pulled the power back to 15 inches and I'm watching the tachometer. Right now we're at 2100 RPM, and if it fluctuates at all, I'm going to have to come back in on the power or I'll lose the engines. That's the biggest problem with this airplane. It does not go down very well simply because you can't pull the power back or can't pull it back for very long and expect to heavier engines to continue to run. The radio altimeter, which I'm sure they didn't have in the 1940s, but I've got one now, is coming up on 1,500 feet. It's going to drop to as little as about 160 feet as we go over this hill. And you can see we're coming down 1,500 feet per minute. Normally my rate of descent would be more like 600 feet per minute. Anyway, we're going over the hill. There goes the
400, 300.
Yeah. That's still jerky. But anyway, see, we cleared the hill by 160 feet. No sweat. But we're coming in pretty steep. We don't need to worry about these buildings. We'll clear all the buildings. No sweat. Our speed should still be around 120, and it is. And we'll touch down about 100 or so, maybe 95. I'll just go back to an outside view. So we cleared that building, no problem. I'm going to come up on the power to shallow our descent here in just a little bit and to make sure we get up to the numbers or where the numbers would be. This landing gear is real weak, so you got to touch down very gently with this airplane. It's still jerky. was smoother when I did it in real life. Those wheels down, and we're on the ground. We should be able to make this next turn off. Well, we're a little fast for it, but the gear can handle it, and I don't care about the passengers. They're tough. Okay, so we're down. We made it.